Askreddit thread. Besides toilet paper roll side, what are some life's great debates? Did boxers versus briefs get settled by the boxer brief? Yes, because we women think boxer briefs are sexy as hell. They're like push-up bras for men. Is this common? I mean, I really like my boxers though. I don't want to change. The pronunciation of GIF and Dodge. It's pronounced Dodge or Doge. No, clearly Doge is pronounced GIF. No, Dodge is pronounced GIF. No, but it's pronounced Dodge. You guys are both wrong. It's pronounced Dodge. I always assumed it was Dodge and there was no debate. I always just say it like Dagu, like Segu, like Rogue, but Dog. I'm saying this because I'm mildly illiterate and I don't know the word you said. I'm hoping it's not pronounced like that. Segway. GIF season. Okay, whatever. Crunchy or smooth peanut butter? Oh, crunchy is way better. It's pronounced GIF. I thought it was GIF. I love Jiffy peanut butter. The answer is yes, crunchy. Creamy peanut butter is for the weak. You know what an extra crunchy jar of peanuts is? A jar of peanuts. I prefer crunchy peanut butter. Marvel versus DC. The greatest explanation I've been given to summarize the differences between the universes is Marvel is about people trying to be heroes. DC is about heroes trying to be people. I like the explanation. I don't know enough about comic books to dispute it. It's pretty accurate. It's honestly the best argument I've heard. Source. I've been a major fan of both since age 5. DC has the best high-level universe impacting stories. Marvel has the best street-level stories. Exception, Batman. Batman is greater than Marvel, which is greater than DC. That's a bingo. What's the debate? They're both amazing. Agreed, I'm a fan of both. Why pick sides? Cake or pie? And I don't really like either. ¿Por qué no los dos? You forgot something at the beginning there. Upside down question mark. Pie. Milk, sugar, milk and sugar, neither. Just how does one take one's tea? The debate alone has led to more broken families in Britain than the Great War, and the which biscuit is best for dipping catastrophe of 62 combined. It ranks up there with such edifying questions like, what do Scots keep in their sporrans? Why are the Northern Irish so angry? And do the Welsh really exist? In a show of outright heathenry, I don't drink tea or coffee. For clarity. I appear to have started several minor wars. That was fun. Wow, that was like the most British thing I've ever read. Hobnobs. It's not even a discussion. Milk, sugar, milk and sugar. Milk, no sugar. What do Scots keeps in their sporrans? A can of Iron brew and some haggis. I don't know what any of this is. BuzzFeed is still making lists about X reasons why coffee is bad for you, and X reasons why coffee will save your life. That's because the scientists are just as confused. Just drink it because it's enjoyable. Also, if I don't, I'll have really bad headaches and I'll fall asleep. I can't quit. I can quit whenever I want. I recently stopped. I quit caffeine. I gave up coffee like a year or two ago, though. Only because my coffee was basically half coffee, half milk, and with a crap ton of sugar, so it was a very unhealthy drink to start the morning with when you have two of those. Ooh, caffeine itself isn't really all that unhealthy, but coffee, if you drink it like I did, definitely was. Ugh. And then I gave up caffeine like a week ago. I'm always tired. If you wipe standing up or sitting down, ask your closest family, friends, or so that shit will create a civil war. Speaking of which, time to wipe. Until next time, boys. Who the fuck stands up to wipe? I'm really ashamed that this device hate speech is my highest rated comment. Here we go again. People who don't want to sit on their wrists and stick their hand in the toilet. Gotta do the toilet seat lean. That's not how any of this work. How on earth would you end up sitting on your wrist? Too fat to lean. Duck season or rabbit season? Duck season. Wabbit season. Brownie, center, or edges? Fuck edges. Edge master race. It's so crispy and ugh, so edgy. Center, duh. I don't get these fucked up people who buy the maze-like brownie pan so that every piece is an edge piece. Yuck. Morning or night showers? Morning for me. Even if I shower right before I went to bed, I'd probably still wake up a bit smelly. This always depends on the length of my hair for me. When I have medium length, like bangs down to my eyebrows, I could not shower at night, otherwise I'd wake up with the worst case of bedhead. Now that I have hair down to my shoulders, I prefer to shower at night. Do I cut my sandwiches horizontally or diagonally? Do I even cut it at all? Triangles all the way. Sandwiches cut on diagonal always taste better. This is crucial when making grilled cheese. I should try that next time I make grilled cheese. I usually just eat it as a normal sandwich, like I'm not a child. Nuts in brownies / cookies. I like nuts. I like brownies, but don't you fucking dare mix the two. VI or Emacs. For the programmers, which line the brackets go on? Void method versus void method. I prefer the first. I prefer the second method, a new line for the brackets. It makes it easier for me to account for any open / close brackets to make sure I'm not missing any. If you pee in the shower or lie about it. Oh, I feel like I have a bubble in my mouth or something. I wonder if there's like a poppy noise coming through my mic. I wonder if this pop filter actually works. Pop, pop, pop. It doesn't really work that way. It's more about protecting my mic from my spit. If you pee in the shower or lie about it. Oh, that's great. I pee in the shower. When I'm not in the shower, I get yelled at. As Dimitri Marchin said, there's a difference between peeing in the pool and peeing into the pool. If you pee in the sink or lie about it, who the fuck does that? I've never done this one. I'm not lying either. I don't see the point at all. Always pee in the shower. Good for the planet and keeps my feet soft. Wait. You let it touch your feet? Jesus, man, why don't you aim it at the drain like a goddamn civilized human being? She may not be a man. She may not be able to aim well if she's a she. Cats or dogs? Dogs, cats. Life, dog, Reddit, cats. See a lot more cats on the internet, but you hear a lot more people talking about owning dogs. You do cats. That's not true. I wonder what the statistics really are. I don't really wonder that much. It's a very minor thing that I don't really care about. iPhone versus Android. I'll sit in my corner with my Windows phone. At least it's not a BlackBerry. Fold or wad. I have recently adopted a sort of hybrid. The top is folded for smooth comfort and the bottle is wadded for grip. You are the future. What sort of animal uses a wad? Probably the same people standing to wipe. I stand and fold. Checkmate. I stand and wad. Mate check. Folding seems risky to me. I need a thick buffer. Fold it more. Should I read another page or go to bed finally? The eternal debate just goes on forever. Or another episode of Netflix. The struggle. Burgers versus hot dogs. I'm a burger fan. That's a hard one. I do love burgers, but I've had a Mexican hot dog before, and that was really good. It was like a hot dog wrapped in bacon, put inside this bun. It wasn't a normal hot dog bun. It was like really good bread, and it had a whole bunch of toppings on it. It was just a really damn good hot dog. I don't really have those very often. I have a lot more burgers than I do those kinds of hot dogs. And if you're just having a normal barbecue, you probably don't have time to turn it into a Mexican hot dog, so burgers are always better in those situations. But then again, depends on what kind of hot dogs you get, because if you buy the cheap ones, those are really gross. And you have to buy the right brand of the hot dogs. Pop versus soda. The best starter Pokemon. That's why there should be 3 save slots in each game. One for Charmander, one for Squirtle, and one for another Charmander. Bulbasaur was only chosen by people who were neglected in life by their family and friends because they could relate to the feeling of being unwanted. It's funny because it's true. I remember the first time I beat Pokemon, I did it with the Bulbasaur. And that was because it was a friend's game, and he already started it, and I kind of just finished it for him. He was like, he just started the game, he was like in the starter zone, and had like just the Bulbasaur, and I took it from there and beat it. That was fun. My level 75 Venusaur destroying the Elite Four. I leveled the hell out of that guy. I had yellow. Then when I was young... Wait, I had yellow when I was young, because I had a Pikachu. But when I finally played blue years later, I always chose Bulbasaur. And fuck is it beast. Seriously underrated. Venusaur is the GOAT final stage. He was really good. Especially against the early guys. You just kind of mop the floor with the first 2 gyms. I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't use their starter. You're a monster. Gen 1 or across the board, because Blaziken is the only one in Uber, so you've got that. Coke versus Pepsi. Dr. Pepper versus Mr. Pibb. Dr. Pepper, unless you're a heathen. I'm loving Mr. Pibb is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Coke is vastly superior. Pepsi wins blind taste tests. Coke consistently wins taste tests when you know the brand. Make that when you will. That's because Pepsi is sweeter. I can absolutely tell a difference and will pick Coke every time. Pepsi is a whole lot sweeter and doesn't have the same bite that Coke has. This is it. The bite is what makes Coke. Pepsi is just too smooth, so it just tastes like sugar. I actually read the full study on that, and if I recall correctly, Pepsi does win blind tests consistently. However, when people are asked to drink a whole bottle of Coke/Pepsi, Coke usually wins. So if you were going to have a sip of the drink, you should have Pepsi. If you're planning to drink the whole thing, drink Coke. They're both good. Coke's better. Dr. Pepper's better than both of them. So what does it matter? East Coast versus West Coast. No coast. Best coast, flyover state. What up? 2-2/2 Oh, tomato versus tomato. Do you keep the tomato sauce ketchup in the fridge or the pantry? Pretty much anything goes in the fridge after it's open, except bread or chips. I keep my bread in the fridge, but it goes all hard real quick. What do you eat, hard bread? It doesn't really get hard, to be honest. That sounds gross. My grandma puts her bread in the freezer. But then again, she buys like 1 loaf a month or something, so it kind of makes sense. Fridge. What kind of question is this? Tomato sauce. Maybe we need to reevaluate what we are debunking about. Tits or ass? Definitely ass. Are you an ass man? Oh, it's the thing from prison school. Desire. Kiyoshi-kun, you told me you like asses, so I will hear your answer. Well, why is it? Why do you like asses more than tits? Damn it, I can't think of anything. After all, I actually prefer boobs over asses. I could give you a million reasons why boobs are better. They have tits, they spurt milk, and they're way softer than asses. Kitsch, is this really it? I can't think of any reason why asses would be better than boobs. Ask a mountain climber why he climbed a mountain, and he will answer because it was there. No, why not just answer because asses are there? You seem to be struggling. Allow me to give you something of a hint. I have asked this question in many places in many lands. Time and time again, I have been disappointed by their answers. Their answers of, there is no reason why I like them. No reason, struggling for an answer. Or those who borrow the words of Mulroll and say because asses are there. However, those are merely excuses for those who have no reason for saying they prefer asses. I have given you more than enough time. I would hear your answer soon. It's all over. I can't think of anything. Please, God, please lend me strength. They look alike. Considering human development, humans' evolution, asses and breasts look so similar. That's right, breasts are. Mankind used to walk on all forms. What they saw before them were asses. Yes, in the evolution of mankind, the ass became the boobs. Man walked on 4 legs. What lay before their eyes was the ass. Ever since the day man began to walk on 2 legs, the ass no longer remained in front of their eyes, and what replaced it were boobs. Women's large mounds are a replacement for the ass, but the true origin of life is the ass. Boobs are just a replacement. So, in the end, boobs are nothing more than fake asses. And if I had to choose between the original and the imitation, of course I would choose the original. And I thought I could go on to say that the course of evolution has led to ass being hidden back and away. It's just that itself, the modesty that gives the ass eros, and eros which boobs out in the open could never have enough. Now I know that you are truly an ass man. I can't believe I read through all that. Fucking hilarious. Prison school. Beautifully said. Brought a tear to my eye. The manga's prison school, if anybody's curious. I'm still waiting for that scene to be animated in the anime. Why not legs? You can't fuck legs. I get it. Dogs up your legs. I'm talking about people here. Watch me. A leg man is an ass man who's pretending to be classy. Whether or not Leonardo is the better leader or Raphael. What's that? You're a Mikey guy? Fuck you. This isn't even a debate. Leo is the leader. To be or not to be? That is the question. Will voting for Trump get our greatest triumph, or will not voting for Trump be our greatest mistake? Your move, America. Donald Trump. Great presidential candidate or greatest presidential candidate? Why not neither? Hang shirts facing left. Face into the right. I don't get that. Pineapple pizza or non-pineapple pizza? Mo Buzz. By the way, the TP should roll over the top, but I digress. One of my absolute favorites, one that I will argue incessantly about, is Star Wars versus Star Trek. Why do we have to take sides? What's there even to compare? The two have very little to do with each other beyond the fact that they're both set in space. They both start with star. Star Wars is more like a fantasy that takes place in a futuristic world, and Star Trek is more sci-fi and more about the world itself. I don't really care for either. Xbox/PS/PC. You forgot about the Wii U. Obviously, PC's the best. You mean everyone's $200 Smash Bros. Machine in Splatoon and Mario Kart? But yes, that's what I mean. Still worth it though. And Zelda. Beatles/Rolling Stones. Milk before or after hot water/tea/coffee? Milk before or after hot water? After for tea, because the water needs to be as hot as possible when you pour it on the tea bag. I don't think it matters when you're pouring from a teapot. Alright, that's it.